Guy here, and the novel today is Full Circle by Dobie MacArthur. This is a series of conservative blog posts disguised as a novel. And not the deeply insightful posts like you'd get from, say, Dinesh D'Souza or Victor Davis Hanson, but the kind that you find in letters to the editor or in the comments of some tweet. You know, rational and logical, but overall, simple common knowledge if you're a conservative. Heretical demon speak if you're not a conservative, but that's a whole other issue. I guess Dobie MacArthur felt like he wasn't reaching enough people through whatever social platforms he uses to present his takes on politics and business, so opted for a fiction novel as a vehicle. Too bad, because it could have been a good story otherwise. Not that this isn't a good story, it's just that so much else gets in the way. This is the first novel of a series and concerns Guy Pearl, CEO of a tech company called Innovative Applications Unlimited, which promotes cutting-edge fuel and building materials as replacements for oil-based products. Pearl develops a method to turn plastic waste and sand into basically boards for house construction, which, as you can imagine, is quite a boon for a place like the Sahara. Great. American company doing the right thing in an excellent capitalist manner so that everyone benefits. What's not to like? Well, apparently everything, because the left is like a demanding girlfriend. You can never do enough, and what you do is never sufficient. Pearl draws the ire of, you guessed it, a demanding girlfriend. Actually, a former demanding girlfriend, Lucinda Hornbuckle, the editor of a tech magazine that uses shakedown methods. Do what I want, or I will spread malicious stories about your company, which will destroy Pearl's looming IPO. And what does she want? Well, that Pearl do more woke eco-fanatic assist the third world efforts than he's already doing. Man. Now, I've dealt with one or two unreasonable people in my life with curt dismissal and maybe a punch in the nose, but this is at a whole other level. Lucinda is going after Pearl's company with a shill board member and a takeover attempt, all because he ain't Bolshevik enough. Which, if you think about it, makes sense, because the left will slaughter each other over the Marxist doctrinal equivalent of how many angels dance on the head of a pin. Just take a look at that whole Menshevik thing. So a punch in the nose isn't going to be sufficient here. Maybe drop her off a building, but Pearl decides to fight back legally, and stage is set for a rather fun corporate knockdown dragout. And that's what MacArthur should have stayed with, but he really wants you to understand his conservative Western civilization business ethos, or as you lefties call it, the running dog lackeys of the imperial industrial class. So he throws in a series of long-winded conversations between basically straw men in order to convey his various points. Right off, Pearl and his wife have a rather heated and quite detailed discussion about political structures, and I kept saying to myself, geez, didn't you guys have these conversations before you got married? And again, not deeply insightful arguments, just a series of fleshed out talking points, you know, the kind that your brother-in-law resorts to at Thanksgiving. There's a few right out of left field events and some deus ex machina sprinkled hither and yon, and I think these are more MacArthur's outs from various corners than anything, because they seem too forced, but tolerable because they fold into the story. Ignore them. and ignore the diatribes and dialectics and concentrate on the corporate machinations instead. They're fun. Old guy here.